Welcome to the Lumina Spark Coach. This is one of my favorite solutions because it really does enable instant learning, lifelong learning, and it puts the responsibility of one's personal growth journey really in the hands of the individual. So there's 4 stages here. First of all, you can identify a key focus area or issue you're working on or needing support on right now. Then we use your 24 qualities to really tap into that issue, hopefully shed some deeper light. From there, you're able to identify key development areas and finally set a very clear goal to ensure that you can take action in a meaningful way. So I'm going to use my portrait as an example very briefly, just so you can see how the process works. So I click on key focus areas, and in here I've just written up a couple of areas that I'd like to develop, sustain a grounded and calm approach to my work and my life. I'd also like to be more focused on my key strategic goals and my purpose. So keeping that in mind, I'm now going to move to explore my qualities. So there are 24 qualities at 3 persona levels, and this reflects my full output from the questionnaire, and it also indicates different patterns at the top here. So if I click on what are the patterns, it shows me that I could look at my natural strengths, my key qualities, amplifications. What have I really developed either consciously or unconsciously to survive and succeed in my environment? Do I have any hidden treasures, any talents that are within me but I'm currently not tapping into? So that awareness may awaken me to say, hey, I've got something important here. I can use it. Do I have any low qualities? I don't possess them and I'm not using them. Do I have any overextended? Perhaps they are derailing me at the personal well-being level, my relationships, or my work effectiveness. And finally, do I own any paradoxes where I could be high on both ends? What's the impact on that? What's the value of that in my life? So here, I'm going to click on my key qualities and it will show me overall, if I want to look at this in more simplicity, what strengths do I have? How can I celebrate these strengths and say, yes, this is what I own, this is who I am, these have been my key enablers for success to date. And then I could move to the low qualities on the other side, areas that I don't own. So ideally, you would go through each pattern. I'll just show you a couple of examples. So cautious, definitely low. At 1% underlying, 7% every day. So I'm going to click on cautious. And you can see for each of the qualities, for every pattern, it gives you the definition, a video explaining it, and then some beautiful coaching questions. So I'm going to click on the coaching questions. And there are 3 questions here. And by answering them really gives me an understanding and awareness around the impact of being very low on cautious in my life. And having reflected on this and seeing the impact, I can say, yes, this is an area that I need to develop. So I'll click on this star, which will ask me, and say, okay, if I do develop this, why do I want to? What would be the impact? So I've written here, prevent me agreeing to decisions or accepting work or relationships before I consider all the implications. So you answer these questions and you could write them in here and then you add them to the development list if you decide, having had this reflection, it's definitely an area that you want to work on. So having gone through the different qualities at the 4 patterns, you could then click on your development areas. So this page gives you a summary. And you can see here I've clicked on not just cautious, but also structured. And there will be others as I go through this process in depth. And then finally, I click on set personal goals and to really identify clearly a SMART goal. So we use a system called GROWS, where you identify your goal in a SMART way, specific, measurable. You look at the reality, check this will really have impact, the options, the action that you choose to take, and finally, who can support you in achieving your goal. So I really hope that this process is valuable for you, your own personal journey, and if you're using it to support your learners in any way, either as a follow-up to deepen their coaching process or after a workshop. But it's very powerful and hopefully will enable people just to move that one step forward in achieving their personal potential and their purpose. Thanks so much.